Here, everybody, I'm here. Welcome to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, sequel to Assassin's Creed 2, technical Assassin's Creed 3. Big Roma! Rome, you see the Colosseum? Where this game takes place in this mug. Now, it's been a minute since I popped back to AC, and obviously doing some different things. Got a lot of content in mind, planning to go show to you guys. This is going to be one of them. The start is the big grand pack jam plan and execution that I have in mind. With that all being said, though, I hope that you guys not only enjoy this peak scene right now, cinematic to intro Assassin's Creed, but as well this series. Sniper to rifleman, late 16th century. Church, Ezio Auditore de Florence. Old at pushing 50. Kill it. Where'd it go?
Ezio Auditore. Brave of you to stand alone against me, but also quite foolish. Assassin.
I'll see you soon. Lawbreakers, basically. About to raise the knife for that knowledge. With that being said, that is the son of a warrior, Jezreel. And there's a historical fiction character like Potem Khan. That's not actually his real son. A brotherhood. An Assassin's Creed unity. Go! I ain't gonna lie. Called it EWP for Ezio Wayne parody, right?
Caught in the middle of a war
Joke,
between
Ezio
two
being an
secret
Italian Batman.
I know I
Even
did.
more akin to Italian, so
Here I
start
am.
on
one side of the
Templars,
Templars.
but
Better known these days as
might not.
Sturgo Industries. They're in the business of control. Politics, economics, technology. They won't stop until every single one of us serves them. Literally. Fighting against them are the Assassins, a group dedicated to safeguarding humanity's free will. I was born into the Brotherhood. A couple of weeks ago, the Templars found me. They took me prisoner, strapped me into a machine they built and put me to work. It's called an Animus. And it's where I spent most of my time. Exploring the memories of my ancestors, discovering entire lives locked deep inside my DNA. First, I revisited the life of Altair ibn La'ahad, an assassin from the Crusades. The Templars wanted the location of something known as a Piece of Eden, an ancient artifact capable of bending people to their will. Once the Templars had what they were looking for, they decided my usefulness had come to an end. But Lucy saved me. Lucy. When things were at their worst, she revealed herself to be an assassin and helped me escape. I was hoping that would be the end of my misadventures, but we were just getting started. Back into another Animus I went. Now, I'm reliving the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, my ancestor from the Renaissance, searching for a path forward. Through the bleeding effect, I'm becoming an assassin in more than just name. It will come in handy as the Templars prepare to enslave us all. They found us. They've crashed our hideout and we're fleeing the scene looking for a place to hide. Only there isn't any and time is running short. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
How did you find me?
Mario Auditore, let me hear.
Rebecca, what's
Trophy
going on?
just from
I
starting.
have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
December 1499 to that sound right? That sound weird, dude. Ezio Auditore. Let's check the Ezio's database for the first time in a while. This is obviously starting at the literal end of Assassin's Creed 2. This is our look that is the canon, full synchronization end look for Ezio. And this is going to be his look regardless, getting Altair's armor, gaining the most superior design that Ezio could have. This is how he would look under all of this. This man is what? Correct me if I'm wrong. 45, and by the timeline's sake, it's 1459. You know what I'm saying? When this man became an assassin, it's 1499, right? In comparison, right? So in this sense, it's a whole different thing. Now I know his date of birth is that is accounting for obviously his existence, but in the sense for 1459, in the sense for where he technically would be going about becoming an assassin later on, later in the case of his life, is pretty much more or less what I mean here. In this sense, from that time, Ezio would be reasonably between being 40 like shit to even like 45, right? Reasonably, like I said before. So by 1509, because we're late 15th century, and this game takes place early 16th century, right? That is the difference. That's what I said before. How like late. I don't know if I like said something different. Hope I'm not sounding like I'm on crack with this being said. But yeah, regardless of that, Ezio, this is already fame, acclaimed, proficient assassin. It's cool to see our boy, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Date of birth, 1459, profession, assassin. Well, this experience has been quite the education. Although there's nothing in the history books following Ezio's disappearance from Florence as a teenager after the execution of his father and brothers, we now know that he fled with his mother Mira and sister Claudia due to his uncle Mario's Tucson villa. Trained there as an assassin, he prepared to hunt down the Templars, the men behind the execution, and hunt them he did, killing them one by one until he reached their leader, Rodrigo Borgia. With the help of his uncle and the other assassins, he discovered Rodrigo's plan to open an ancient vault beneath the prison, supposedly leading to God himself. Ezio defeated Rodrigo, entered the vault alone, and communed with a projection of Minerva, a member of an ancient race that existed before humans, aka the case of the fame, claim, first civilization people, or in this sense being what all different mixed assassins are that have precognition, aka eagle vision, are Isu hybrids, aka the Isu, as they would be called, right? This all sounds very far stretched, is what I thought, but no fetched when I write it out like that, now doesn't it? Fortunately, we have the Animus records to prove it, so we didn't dream it or anything, unless we were all in a dream right now. Okay, basically, guys, this would be crazy. But yeah, my man's went very far away, right? Born 1459. I think his birthday is between the mix of either being claim of being August or November, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, 1499. Late 15th century, coming into the great later 16th century. That'd be interesting. And I don't know from Assassin's Creed 2 is very interesting. Great fame, Altia, Alma. Staff. Power case. Any heavenly power like woman. Stuck here. You can't lift it out. That will be where reasonable refuge belongs. Burn ocean yield. As he climbs up. Uncle Mario get here.
Than in the hands of man.
Uncle?
What can I say? We sent a single man against an entire army. I was worried. Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
You said it makes sense? Alright, just climb anywhere. I'm taking it. It's the correct path. Well, if you're new here, you are no deal. Appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe, comment, you know what I'm saying? It really help me out. If you are enjoying this video, please check out more. Nice to have you.
You would not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Then be sure to stay alive that I might hear of them.
I expect opposition.
Why are you screaming so
And
loud?
I expect the Borgia to mourn the loss of
Yeah,
many.
he sound like a mix of like echoing with his voice, but it's the way this man sounds and looks. Bakunu graphical design, Mario Auditore, brother to my obviously father, right? Giovanni.
Che cosa fate? Assassini! God will see you pay for your crimes! You have desecrated the sanctity of this holy place!
You condemn what you do not understand.
We must go, Ezio. Now.
Is he the voice of the devil? Run
away
away from them!
Oh, just move out. We're about to say, I'm about to get glitched.
Did Rodrigo manage to hurt you?
Barely. My armor blunted his attacks.
Beautiful place. But let's do this and then put it in. Because this game is going to be taking place here in Rome. You can't wait to see, why Ezio goes to Rome. As my man, you want to kill the Borgia because you become so long and you see the purpose too. As is one is defeated, it is. Ready to see. This is put down. This is some executions. More brutal. I'm gonna lie.
Excellent!
Go fast. Ooh. Kick, just moving away. Fast rotation. That's like forward. You see Assassin's Creed controls in a minute. By the time obviously things pass and whenever I upload this, it's only been like a few weeks since I played Assassin's Creed 2. It hasn't been that like jarringly, that much more in the past, to say the least. Still. Be killed. So, there we go. We're going, Uncle. Come to Rome and take a experience all of this. There's fortified walls, bigger than life. Beautiful place. Rome is definitely on the top places I dream of possibly going to. Rome, not only what I see from all different former people that have been there, obviously like celebrities, content creators, shit like that, is one of the most highest acclaimed places to ever visit. It's still beautiful. It's still a flourishing, beautiful case of city, right? But Rome is also one of the most peakest places on earth, just from a historical regard, one of the most biggest achieved and famed places. And I just have nothing but intrigue, respect, and a whole new level of just like fondness for the culture like never seen. Possibly some other places. Obviously, there's a bunch of other places in the world that I want to be, at for different from a visit. Tell me about to get this, bro. But I was saying before Uncle decided to start getting sturdy, I was gonna full say that for all the cases and places that I want to be at as a whole, I want to go to Egypt. It's the number one place, but Rome is definitely like top three, top reasonably five for the case of pieces. The world I want to go ahead and see in its full bloom, right? And yeah, and look at this place, beautiful. And obviously, this is all the way back in the day,
This
with
decision
a
is
mix
yours
of like
alone to make. Only do
early
so
modern,
quickly.
reform, medieval time. But the fact is that
Give it to me. You can do with it as you will later.
Bene.
Jump!
I don't know how much of Rome it allow us to go and explore. But I would say like all the kind of four technical city planes in the first AC, technically five you consider as being in Rome, Ezio's family, equally useful. But I wanted to fully articulate that Venice, Florence, Marginoni, case of the Villa, but the case of, obviously my man Mario's state and all that, the great legacy of Ezio and all that, cool hair, kind of mustache, mixed with goatee. I believe that it would be the most interesting. Marginoni will gear in advance January 1500, start of the 16th century.
Then Minerva talked about the sun. She told of a disaster that occurred long ago, and another that is coming.
Sometime far in the future, Vero. Then we need not worry about it.
See. Perhaps our work is finished.
Would that be so bad? We upgraded the arsenal while you were away.
Ah, and it is now customary for you to fire cannonballs at visitors.
My apologies. We only installed them a few days ago. My men are still being trained in their use.
The men is not necessarily false, but constantly men was more like brought help. But I guess this would be akin to the form of military and obvious case of like, army of assassins. Almost every form of assassin has some form of, squad, crew, niggas backing them up, or she with swords, even if it is so little or not. So somebody in the coop helping, but there are some that don't. You could be like the Fry Twins, that whole gang.
Look, it's Ezio!
Here in the town.
Buongiorno.
Ladies, who's trying to do my work like
This place
shit.
just keeps getting better.
Thanks to you.
Brother!
Claudia. It is good
I
to be
like
home.
the design better than what they did
How
for
is
Claudia,
Maria?
and now it's
She's
on
fine.
good deal of
I
time
heard
because
you were
when
returning,
it
but I'm
comes
glad
down
to
to
see you
between
with my
AC2,
The
two
Contessa's
Brotherhood,
family
correct me
is
if I'm
here.
wrong, like 2
I had
years
no
in
idea you
advance,
were so
so I had a good
famous.
deal of time to more like
Katerina.
soften and define, model
Is it
people.
finished then? Is the Spaniard truly dead?
Gather the others in Mario's study tonight. I'll explain everything there.
Steel yourself, Ezio. They will have many questions.
Claudia, tell the Contessa I look forward to seeing her this evening.
Get to Claudia the daughter. She's going to read about her little sister. Date of birth, 1461. Born 2 years after this man's birth. Profession, noble. The third child of Giovanni and Maria Auditore, and the first girl in the family. Claudia lived a privileged childhood in Florence high society. After the murder of Giovanni and her two brothers, all that changed. Claudia, Ezio, and Maria fled to Marioni and the safety of their uncle Mario's villa. Claudia remained in the villa, caring for her nearly comatose mother, while Ezio set off to avenge the murders. A record book recovered from the archaeologists reveals a relatively unexciting existence. Between months spent managing the villa's finances, brief periods of activity were supplied by Ezio's visits and the renovations she was able to carry out with the money brought back from his travels. Under her care, the town blossomed, ushering a new era of prosperity for Monteone. Claudia, however, remained cut off from the world she loved. Quote, quote, to hear of Ezio's adventures only reminds me of my own lack thereof. This is not the life I dreamed of as a child. Ezio does not understand. He treats me so delicately. I despair of ever emerging from this prison. And quote, she writes in one particularly Philgian letter dated July 19. You know, is what I thought Claudia was, but like Ezio, up to this point, she reasonably would have to go about aging. I just want to say that. I'm not trying to say like the actual year in comparison, right? Because obviously, I think like 1995. But I was going to say 19 is what I thought her to be in comparison. And there's a possibility because Ezio started in the game, right? Exactly what? Fucking 14, like late 70 to 80, right? From my recollection. So there's a possibility when we see her, in comparison to Ezio, he would be 21 to maybe 22. She was 19. Ezio is reasonably right now between being 40 something to reasonably just 45. She would probably be reasonably like at least 30 by this time. And she, wrote this letter exactly dated July 1495, which is interesting, right? And we're still in July by the time I'm recording this. So that's interesting. Claudia's always been a character that's kind of interested me, and I feel sad for her with her entire quote, right? Like, this is very sad to, hear what is being said. But I feel like within this game, because it's about the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, unlike Origins and mixed bag kind of partially rep of Unity, isn't necessarily about really establishing and repping the case of Assassin Order in a very unique, defined way where it fully is the core of it. Obviously, there's games where the Order is very much present, like I would argue the case for Assassin's Creed 1 to be obviously that, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed Origins was coming into that. I know that Hidden Ones is supposed to greater show that. There's obvious fact of the matter is that, Assassin's Creed 4 has that. 3 technically showcases potential of it. There's obviously Connor, the reference of Aveline from the remaster. There's obviously, even with the case of, from a Templar point of view, Assassin's Creed Rogue has that. But I'm just saying, I feel like this game, with the title, makes it very apparent that this is the core of, but new foundation of an order through Ezio and possibly leading the order. All different talk, and this is just what I'm inferring from the description and other shit. But with that being said as well, that is the big core credit of what the story is. That is the big paint, smoke, and clear case of, plot and synopsis of the narrative is coursing to another place and, going about different investment and building up the Brotherhood to face down and reform possibly very much in strong, possible hold over a big city, most likely, by the Templar Order in advance. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say when it comes down to that. Very intrigued on where they take Claudia. She got cool drip, pretty. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, pretty much it. Big Ezio Auditore. The forensic, the man, the myth, the legend, everything of that sort is being said. I like the ponytail, red and black and gray, sleek look. You gotta love it. You gotta love the man, the legend, like I said. Didn't mention this shit. And what we're gonna see about that. Let's go ahead and see about some more interesting shit, to say the least. Talk out there. Full stack health, so that's lovely. I'm gonna throw me on health, so that's just the default. Still, regardless, cool. Doesn't matter. Like, Ezio, I don't think there's ever actually an accounting for his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Or, greater deal of the time. But at the same time, is kind of very wary on like most of an assassin's birthdays. Things like that. And obviously, it's not very distinctly important. I just kind of want to say it. But unlike Ezio, it's not very distinctly important on his birthday, but more or less on a year factor, and that's Connor Kenway, if you want to know. Because everyone else, there is actual bio talk of their birthday, but from what I know, I never actually heard of Connor's birthday. I can look it up as I speak, but besides that.
So, these are the new cannons?
Yes, Signor Ezio.
May I try one?
Yes, but... Go on, tell him. We cannot seem to make them work properly, and the fool who mounted them is nowhere to be found.
Then it is up to me to find him.
We do not want to waste your time.
It is not any trouble. I have all the time in the world now.
Let's find it out just like it's fun fact. It's April 4th, 1756, which is okay, whoa. Okay. It fell. Sorry if it's like a mixed case, like I'm still like yawning because your brother is a little bit tired from the mix recording this, but man, he's going about great reading this from a little bit far away. I was trying to full articulate that it is okay. This wall. Some niceness from that side. Your friend?
Salve, Messere. We need you to fix the cannons on the battlements.
Leave me be. I do not begin repairs before noon.
Do you know what time it is?
I make cannons, not clocks.
If you are busy, someone else will fix them.
Uno momento. No one else will touch my cannons. Soldiers have no respect for artillery. They expect a gun to work like magic. You need to feel her out. Give her a little encouragement. We are only equipped with simple cannons now, but I got hold of a design from France, a hand cannon. Something called a wrought iron murderer. Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the future.
This time is when I would be embracing the most crafty forms of artillery. Military design will be going more crazy, came and climb mountain, like goofy as fuck. You had the design, and
what have you
then
done?
refined design.
We use
Cans
them.
placed on
They were
ships
not ready
and
for
used on
fire.
different most
You
famed
could've gotten us all
battlefields. Back to
killed.
Connor Kenway though. Connor Kenway was born April 4th, 1756, later 18th century, Mohawk Valley, aka the Mohawk tribe. He was roughly 18 years old when he started his life fully as an assassin. Connor is by far one of the tallest in the entire franchise, which is a big fact. He's 6'2". But I did want to say Edward Kenway is March 10th, 1693. Late 17th century. Shay Cormac is 1731. Time of his death is not known, makes well of his birthday. And Ezio Auditore de Firenze was born June 24th, 1459. Interesting. That's a little bit of some fun facts he's being saw. I know again might not be most relevant, but like I said, I'm laying Paris Ezio for a minute. I did not
Hey, that's something to test the alignment.
So, here we go. They're gonna actually have to use it in combat settings. So, obliterated. Mic up.
The aiming mechanism is fine. The problem must be behind the cannon. Again! Perfect! At least someone here knows how to shoot. Now, for the other one.
Must go.
Thanks for your help. If you hear the cannons tomorrow, do not worry. We will be practicing at dawn.
Too bad it will not do you any good.
Very funny. Now fix the sacred cannon.
I do like how much character they showcase for I feel like for a decent deal, there was a great shine, good personality, and likable characters and shit like that. I feel like, everything being said, that Assassin's Creed, has lost over time. From the character position, different depth things like that. There's a good moment, there's a good woman that this man still tries to pick up.
So many flowers. Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
To Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa. If you are willing to help me again, I need someone with class to accompany me.
What makes you think I have class?
I could tell the moment I saw you. No one in this town walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditori himself would be impressed.
Oh? What do you know of Ezio?
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits her. From what I gather, he's distant.
She is right. I have been.
Oh no. You? The party was intended to be a surprise. Promise you will not tell Claudia.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there.
Oh, it's just nice to have that with the flowers. But it is pretty funny combo. But you said we not exactly what Pronto deserves. Need to step on it. See what he flowers next to the big moon
Now
on the
about
box of
my
flowers.
silence.
I have something in mind. There is one condition.
Anything.
You must wait until tomorrow.
If it pleases you, I will not stand in your way.
It will be worth the wait, Ezio. Trust
From my belt, crazy. Single, unfortunately, who calls on this fucking golden type of lassies. Don't get it twisted. There's been many different cases of men. Well, you have to think that all this time, this entire crusade to get vengeance and slay those that would do humanity and everyone that still cares about wrong. They never have a lady beside him in some way. And that goes for a lot of a mixture of other assassins, especially Connor, who was a virgin for a very long time, never had love, a lot of rage, depression, and stress. And I definitely say Connor is a great example of a man who really had the world on his shoulders, saying on some occasions. But it's kind of a sad mixed thing, especially because there was plans for, different shawty came and jump over that. But, to go about being one of his love interests, but fortunately, voice actor died in a car accident, R.I.P. to her.
Do not despair. I will bring it back.
God bless you, Ezio.
I also want to say that I got it wrong in this case about the case of, the only name of one different former cities was San Mangione, but something else I brought up. Don't run away, don't run away. Pressing B. They circled. Pressing B. Make sure you shoot the your Xbox controls, got it in PlayStation. So.
Here.
Grazie, Ezio. I can no longer keep up with the horses. Promise me you will enjoy your good health. Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
James. Yeah. When it comes into the case of all the cities, you have obviously iconic. Giannone, here, Ezio lives. Florence, Venice. But you also have the place shown in sequence 12 greatly, right? As in this sense, there are 15 sequences of Ezio's first few form of journeys in this sense, with AC2 having 15 signatures. I heard this game has 17 to 20. Ezio relations, I think it's 17. I don't know. So accounts, sites, it's AI. So I don't know. But shown with the case of Catalan, right? That is, city in mind I was thinking. I thought I was going to go. It's not.
Caterina,
Partial
to what do I owe the pleasure of your presence here?
I desire
Brown,
an allegiance.
Irish, Reddish.
The papal armies have resumed their march on Forley. Your mercenaries would be a great asset to my cause.
It is likely that I can give you what you seek. But we will talk later. Mother.
Draconic state. Still very silent. I think that's trauma still a big thing on her.
Though not, I think, as any of
Possibly
us expected.
never seeing her
I
super
enter the
loving kin,
Vatican on face
husband as
Rodrigo.
well, dead.
Used the power of the papal staff against me, but I defeated him. Combining the staff and the apple, I gained access to the vault. There, a moving painting of the goddess Minerva spoke. She told of a terrible tragedy to befall mankind in the future, but gave hope of lost temples that will provide aid to humanity. And then she called out to a phantom, Desmond, as if he were there, standing beside me. After her warning, she vanished.
Amazing.
I cannot imagine such wonders.
The vault did not house the terrible weapon we feared. This is good news.
What of this goddess, this Minerva? Did she appear human?
Yes, but her words proved otherwise. All of her kind died many years ago. I wish I could show you the magic she performed.
Who is Desmond, and where are these temples Minerva spoke of?
I do not know.
Perhaps we must search for them.
Tell me how it ended with Borgia. Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness? Make excuses?
Less like the
Promise
movie,
power.
less feel like where's the
No.
actual
None
the
of
course
those
of action for
Interesting. I'm surprised he remained so composed.
I let him leave.
The Spaniard lives? Once our enemies are dead, we can speak of vaults and gods and ancient places. You should have killed him. We're sure to suffer for it.
I am not here to debate the past. Together, we should discuss the future.
No. I am leaving immediately for Rome.
Ezio, I do not know why you spared him, but I trust your judgment. Machiavelli will come around.
But I feel like he's telling a little bit of truth. Listen, I get it that Ezio, okay, well, Mark getting spoiled by this man in bed with Catherine. But to be fair, they've always been, mixed flirtatious, insinuating sexual memes. I don't know if this is going to be his ladylike shit, but we're not going to get into that. With that being said, though, I want to say that simply put, I understand Ezio didn't want to just keep on randomly killing. He defeated him in hand-to-hand combat. He defeated him like a man. He bested him, and he already showcased multiple times, numerous, that he was a better man than him. But I feel like in this scenario, it is a lot more deeper than being a better man and having some greater moral principle. I understand there's a level of being desensitized to violence and not having as much real in-depth care or look about and like psychological shit for Ezio, because Ezio had already, graced a better, solid, seasoned personality. He had a family, he had loved ones, he had all this in-depth or greater shit, and he didn't have as much as like a traumatic thing as someone like, Connor. And even though what he saw is just as much reasonably fucked up to say, he went for all these different means of shit to come to the point where he can feel rational and saying, after all this time, chasing you down for over dang near 25 years, I'm perfectly fine saying I'm content in letting your sack of shit ass breathe. But he, without a doubt, with his son, will come back to haunt us. And so I'm just hoping in the end that there's more positive to come out of this, because I'm not going to lie, that is a dumbass decision. That will be a consequence on that shit. But I believe that for his character, there's some level of psychology-wise, I can respect it, because he's bigger than him. He not only bested him as a man, he bested him in every principle of combat. He beat him in the sword play. He bested the odds against him with the case of one, a very powerful artifact with not only using the apple of Eden, but besting the staff of Eden in its crazy proportions of power, but as well besting him in the hand-to-hand part. We ran a faith of a one-on-one with the Pope, goddammit, and we bested that nigga. And that was in the case of the final fight, final false, I guess technical talk of, you know, Assassin's Creed 2. As before, we already fought the Spaniard, aka Rodrigo, Borgia. Let me be saying his name right. Rodrigo, or is it Rigo? Whatever. Rodrigo Borgia. We already fought him before as a Spaniard. And we ran it up with him, and we almost took him out. But then that nigga flee like a rat, like he did Giovanni in that movie that takes place before Assassin's Creed 2. That, correct me if I'm wrong, is what? 1450. I don't know, like a mixed accounting for what it was. It's not that like later before Ezio's birth, but some showcases a mixed bag, kind of accounts of it being a mix of different time. I do not know. I think the movie actually takes place 1476, aka before the events fully of Assassin's Creed 2, but it doesn't matter, right? But regardless, right? Ezio defeated that man at the end of Assassin's Creed 2. We pop off where we left off from Assassin's Creed 2 in 1499, late 15th century, doing our thing, right? And I just feel like, again, that's not bad entirely from his character. I can see why he wants to, but I really do think in all reality he should have. And I feel like there's a lot of argument that that was a dumbass decision. And whatever else is going on behind that, it's not going to matter in the present. Because how are we going to do that if that man comes up pulling up? We let the whole form of vengeance thing go. But by all history and by all what we know about Rodrigo Borgia, that nigga is a menace. That motherfucker is the Suge Knight of Italy. He will not let that shit go. I wouldn't be surprised if the second thing is possibly an effort to go about not only gaining my full, allegiance and her shit and not out of that, but again, I'm still on the fact of her killing wives and children under that. That ass is fucked up, to say the least. It is what it is, bro. That's for the time.